Hi everyone, this is me, Morgan Birch, reporting for Kids First Age 11 and a half, and today we're here in California at Burbank to go and see the first ever Lego Star Wars, the Freemaker Adventures. And we're here in Disney Studios. I'm super excited because we're going to have so much fun talking to the cast and seeing the very first episode, which comes out June 20th in 2016 at 10 a.m. So I hope you guys can be able to see this. And I wonder what they're going to have up their Star Wars sleeves. So come on, let's go.
I know that it's more mature, but it's certainly not parody, right?
Yeah, it's less jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the stakes are
real.
I think it was very much a choice, and I think it was something that Lucasfilm really kind of wanted to do to sort of make it feel tonally a little more part of the larger Star Wars world. And of course, we also wanted to keep the fun of the playfulness of the Lego experience and that kind of thing. But we have this little talk where we talk about how there's a lot of comedy in Star Wars, but there's also these stakes, and so we wanted to sort of reflect that there's a lot of comedy, but there's also these very real stakes, and I hope that. And as the show progresses, so you guys saw the first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So as it progresses, as it were, the first season is almost like a film in terms of there's an arc that goes through, and the characters grow, and there's those kinds of things, and it builds to a place that we get into some areas I think are kind of surprising and much more intense than you might expect from a Lego Star Wars show, which I'm personally very excited about. And then also, it's also fun and funny the whole way through, but that was, our intention was to do something with that. So thank you that you noticed that, because that means we worked a little bit.
I'm here with Matthew Wood, who is Roger. How are you?
I'm doing great. Nice to meet you.
I know, right? I mean, are you excited? You get to be part of Lego Star Wars, the Freemaker Adventures, and that's got to be definitely a great honor for you.
It's fantastic. I love Star Wars. We've got Disney working on it. We've got Lucasfilm. We've got Lego. I mean, how can you go wrong?
I know, right? Like some of the best things in Earth, literally. Now, which one's your character since we have the billboard here?
This is Roger. Here, I'll take the mic. I'm a sound guy, too, so I understand about microphones. But this is Roger. He's a battle droid from the Clone Wars. He's one of the last of his kind, and he's a caretaker and a friend to the whole Freemaker family.
And he's right there, people.
He's right there. He's probably panicking. That's usually he's got his arms up in some capacity. He just wants to do right.
Yeah, that's a good thing, like people are like, this future's gonna be filled with robots, but you're good, so.
I'm a nice robot. Yeah, I make cookies. I care for the family.
Yeah, you're kind of like the dad, kind of like a robotic dad.
Yeah, a little father figure, best friend kind of thing, sure.
Now, what's your favorite part about being a robot, because you got, you have the voice and everything, you don't have to act so natural, you kind of get to go out of the zone.
Yeah, well, Roger, he's as you see in the picture here, he's pretty panicky. So I play the character up in my high register of my voice, so I do stuff like, look out, Roger, like that. And then I'm a sound person, too. I work in the post-production team, so I actually go and tweak the voice to make it sound even a little more funny by putting his pitch up a little higher. So it's acting, and it works a totally different part of my brain than the sound work I do, so I really enjoy it a lot.
Do you do other things other than just sound work and voiceovers? Do you do live action?
I have not done a lot of live action because I actually really, my job at Lucasfilm is working in sound, and that takes up a lot of time. And it's up in Northern California at Skywalker Ranch. So we're doing a Star Wars movie every year. And so we're keeping those going, and it takes up a lot of time. But I've had little roles here and there over the years, but mostly voice work, because I use the same equipment that I use to do my voices. I use to do my sound work, so it's very convenient that way.
I bet it is. I mean, that's got to be simply amazing. You're like, okay, I know how to do my voice since the mic's here. You kind of know all the kinks and everything, the secrets. So you could help the other cast members when they're doing their voiceover. Do you ever help them though?
No. The thing is, as an actor, I'm learning so much from the other cast. I love watching them and their passion for Star Wars. I love watching Nick and how he is learning the character of Rowan. And we get a lot of guest stars on the show. We get a lot of incidental folks that come in for 1 or 2 shows, world-class voice actors, and so I get to work with them and learn a lot from them.
Well, what was it like when you got the part? Because I know this is like a big deal.
Yeah.
What was your first reaction? Were you like excited, nervous? I want to know.
Well, I've worked on Star Wars for a long time, so the thing that was exciting for me was the fact that Roger was going to be in it for longer than 1 episode. Because like a lot of the times, the battle droids get killed pretty quickly in the Clone Wars. So I was, wow, he's going to be in every episode, and he gets to have a nice character arc and development, and I get to work on something that a lot of people would really die for. So, and it's Star Wars, and being able to act in that show is a dream come true. It's instant gratification. I get to take the words that are written by Bill and Bob in our story group, and put that into a performance. So that for me, it satiates a lot of creativity for me.
Now, are you like panicky? Like, do you really care about as much the cast members as you do as your character? Are you like, like you don't really worry about them as much? I want to know what the perspective is behind the human, behind the robot.
Oh, I love it. I love Star Wars, and I love, it's to be able to be part of their journey and that family, and to see how they deal with Rowan's gifts is very special to me. So I love being part of it. I want to see them succeed, and I want to see them go on for a very long time.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, are you hoping for a second season here?
Of course, why not? I'd hope for as many seasons as we want to do. It'd be fantastic. Just to be part of it has been a real thrill.
I'm here with Nicholas
bet.
Tatoo, who plays Rowan Freemaker. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Now, I know this is a brand new series, and you're super excited about this. How are you feeling since, you just, got the first release out?
Yeah, seeing this whole thing come together was definitely, a very great experience. Voicing Rowan and seeing how it all, ends up in the end is really satisfying.
I know you kind of get, the sneak previews and everything because you're the first one. So it's kind of cool. What do you think about that?
That's probably the best part about the whole thing. You get to see the little snippets and early looks at the whole episodes. And seeing it early is definitely cool, seeing how the animation comes together. They start with the storyboard, then they get to, the rough, blocking, and then they finally start making the characters. And it's really cool to see that happen.
So I know this is probably a great honor for you because you are a boy, and most boys love Star Wars and Legos. But what do you feel about the two of them mashing up and putting them together, and you get to be part of this amazing series?
When I got the call when I booked this series, I was jumping for joy. I was at a friend's house and I was in the other room just yes, whoa! And they were probably thinking, what is wrong with this kid? But being in this project, it's Disney, it's Star Wars, and it's Lego, all things that I love, and being a part of it is just a dream come true, and they actually have Lego sets for these characters, so I can play with a little Rowan Freemaker.
What was your favorite part about meeting these people, when you first came into the room and everything? What was the first feeling that you had, if you remember?
It was a long time ago, but I remember being very excited to get to work on this, seeing brand new faces, seeing the writer, the director. We had Gray Griffin in, which is she's a very good voice actress. She did Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. She did Vicky in The Fairly Odd Parents. So seeing all those people, I was very excited walking into that room, being a little kid, and seeing all these wonderful actors.
Well, I would just, I would scream for joy. This is, simply amazing. And how do you feel to be the only person in this family to feel the Force?
That makes me feel very special inside. Having a lightsaber is cool. These guys, they have a wrench, but I have a lightsaber. It's very special feeling, Having a connection to the Force in this cartoon is really cool. And I'd like to think I have a connection to the Force in real life, but sometimes dreams don't come true.
Don't use the Force to then. And I wanted to know, how old are you? Because you're playing a very mature part.
Mm-hmm. I'm 12 years old right now, and Rowan Freemaker is actually 12 years old, so it fits in perfectly. Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell. Literally, the two of you are just meant to be. Well, thank you so much for this interview. I had a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
And may the Force be with you.
Yes. Love your hair.
Princess Leia. You can't argue with that.
Mm-mm.
I'm here with Vanessa Lenges, who plays Cordy. So how are you?
I'm amazing. I love that we matched today. I think that was a really good plan on our.
What's your favorite part about doing this amazing project? You know, because you are actually like the most mature out of everybody, and you're like trying to be super calm and trying to keep them down that road, and you're like kind of like the mom in the family. But what do you like think the thing is between like the connection of all the characters and everything like that?
Well, I love that she's the mom and she's kind of the dad too because they don't have parents. So she has to make sure that the family stays alive and stays fed and has a roof over their head, you know. So it's kind of fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to play responsible because in real life I'm a big kid who loves toys and games and I get to kind of bring that aspect out of me. And then also Cordy loves a good time too. She's not afraid of danger. She's a really cool female character who can do a lot and is capable of a lot. And I think that I would have liked her as a role model growing up, and I'm honored to play a strong female lead.
I know, right? There's like not that many, and you're one of the best, literally.
Yo, you're so sweet. I love you.
Don't cry, you're gonna ruin your mascara. What's your favorite part about playing this part? You know, because other than being responsible and everything, you know, she does have a kick butt side, and that's pretty cool.
It's the best when she goes into battle and she's flying the Star Scavenger and she's firing at people. I'm like, this chick is badass. And the best part about being on Lego Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures is that there's a Lego set for the show, and that means that there's a Lego of my character, and that makes me really, really happy because that's a dream come true for me, is to be a toy, and I get to be.
Now, who's your favorite character in Star Wars? Because you told me that you love Star Wars.
And I do love Rey, and that's why I fangirled out and wore my hair like her character. Daisy Ridley, but Rey from the new movie. And I just think she's so great. And I like Hans, and I like Chewbacca, and I like everybody, really. I just love this whole world. I love the whole galaxy. I love the whole universe. I love it. I love it all.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. Well, thank you so much for this interview. I have had a pleasure talking to you. OMG, I had such a blast. I hope you guys did too. We had so much fun talking to the cast of this amazing show. And not only that, but we got to see the very first episode before anybody else. And that is simply just a great honor, and definitely going to be using the Force soon. I am super excited, and I hope you guys can be able to see this on Disney XD June 20th at 10 a.m. It's the very first episode, so be sure to check it out. Bye. See you next month, kids first.